Welcome to LightPortal144. Once more, thank you for being here with us. It's a magnificent day. Also, yesterday with the strawberry moon, it was an amazing view and the way I felt. And amigo, I was thinking something about separation. What we separate ourselves from everything else, from even with religion, with persons, with status, with competition. We see each other as something separate from source, and also we do this with the source, God. What can you tell us about this, amigo? Thank you.
Thank you, Juan Carlos. I think one of the greatest illusions humanity experiences is the illusion of separation. From the moment we are born, we begin to divide everything into categories. We separate ourselves by religion, nationality, culture, education, social status, politics, and even by our personal beliefs. Over time, we begin to believe that these labels define who we are. We also separate ourselves from nature as if we were simply living on this planet instead of being an inseparable part of it. Yet we all breathe the same air. We all drink the same water. We all share the same earth. When we begin to believe we are separate, fear naturally appears. Fear creates competition. Competition creates comparison. Comparison creates judgment. And judgment creates even more separation. But what if separation is only a perception? What if, beneath every difference, there is something that has always connected us? Our humanity, our ability to love, our desire to grow, our search for peace. Perhaps awakening is not about becoming someone else. Perhaps it is about remembering what has always been true. And that naturally brings us to another beautiful reflection. Many people look at Jesus or Yeshua as one of history's greatest spiritual teachers and an extraordinary example of unconditional love. Different traditions understand his life in different ways, and each person is free to follow the path that resonates with their own heart. But here's a beautiful question to contemplate. What if his life was never meant to convince us that he was infinitely separated from us? What if his life was meant to remind us of the incredible potential that exists within every human being? Not so we compare ourselves with him, not so we feel unworthy, but so we remember that every act of love, forgiveness, compassion, and awareness brings us closer to expressing our own highest nature. The same illusion appears in many areas of life. We create hierarchies. We place kings, queens, celebrities, heroes, leaders, and teachers on pedestals. It is beautiful to admire those who inspire us. But admiration does not require separation. It does not mean that one soul is more valuable than another. Every human being carries the same inherent worth. Every person has a unique purpose. Every soul expresses life in a way that no one else can. Perhaps true greatness is not about standing above others. Perhaps true greatness is remembering that when one person grows in love and awareness, all of humanity benefits. So today, I invite you to reflect on one simple question. Where in your life are you still believing in separation? And what would change if you began living from the awareness that beneath every difference, we have always been deeply connected? Maybe that is what remembering is all about.
Yes, and I think that illusion is one of the biggest for humanity, that separation. And if we, work in ourselves and try to do the best for us and try to become this inner, the higher self, that truth, then we will help, humanity, because we think that changing somebody else outside is gonna help us, it's gonna help humanity. But if you don't do that yourself, then it's not, you're not gonna do anything. That's the way you can help humanity, society, is being the best example, the best expression of source in this magnificent earth. And also, can you do this a mantra after you explain this, amigo? Thank you so much.
Beautifully said, Juan Carlos. I truly believe that one of the greatest gifts we can offer the world is our own transformation. Many of us spend years trying to change other people, hoping that if they change, the world will become a better place. But lasting change has always begun within. Every act of kindness begins with a kind heart. Every act of compassion begins with a compassionate mind. Every peaceful world begins with individuals who choose peace within themselves. When we become more loving, we naturally bring more love into every conversation. When we become more compassionate, we naturally create more compassion around us. When we choose forgiveness, we create space for healing, not only in our own lives, but also in the lives we touch. Perhaps that is how humanity evolves. Not because everyone changes at once, but because one person remembers who they truly are and inspires another person to do the same. The greatest contribution we can make to this world is not becoming someone else's version of perfection. It is becoming the most authentic, loving, and conscious expression of who we truly are. Every time we choose love over fear, understanding over judgment, presence over distraction, we become a living example of what is possible. And that light naturally touches others, often without us even realizing it. Let's close today's episode with a simple affirmation. Take a slow, deep breath. Place your hand over your heart and repeat with me. I remember that I am not separate from life. I remember that I am not separate from love. I remember that I am not separate from Source. The light I seek already lives within me. As I transform within, I help transform the world around me. Today I choose love. Today I choose compassion. Today I choose unity. And today I remember who I truly am. Thank you for sharing this moment with us. We'll see you in the next episode of Light Portal 144.
Thank you, Lumina. And yes, thank you for once more being here with us. And Lumina, thank you for your beautiful reflection. And once more, share this to anyone that you see that needs this in this moment, or just share it with someone that you love. Thank you so much. Once again, thank you. Light Portal 144. Goodbye.